Alright. Welcome. I will start a new game. So feel free to leave any questions in the chat. So there's one person that has. So someone's wondering what the full game will have to offer compared to the demo. Well, for starters, the demo only covers one depth level. So I believe that's made that 200 meters below the surface of the planet. You will be able to find passages to other depth levels to go deeper and deeper. And yes, with those other depth levels, there'll be different ores, different caves. A lot more to explore. So Manticore 4. There's a nice little intro that I whipped up like a couple days before Next Fest. Definitely stuff to improve on it, but it serves its purpose right now. Behaves as a bit of a tutorial. I do try to design the game where it hopefully doesn't need a tutorial. There are aspects where that's a bit tricky. Yeah, the full game will have, as alluded to here, a bit more of a story. This big wall of text is all you got right now. Yeah. There'll be, not a I don't expect a super deep story, but some story elements. I think, I don't know, like the Souls games. Sort of environmental storytelling. You can find wrecks and there'll be logs. Things you may notice where you could piece together some sort of story as to what's happened. Why there's so many wrecks on this place. Alright. Let's teleport. Really proud of that little transition. Alright. Now we're in what I call the hub home base. Which, as you can see, is already a little built up with a couple of machines to get us started. Let's turn the power on. Very nice. And as you can see, everything's telling us to go scan ore, because can't do much if we don't know what resources there are. And yes, with the demo and with Next Fest, calling this the final build of the demo. This the final major build of the demo, I should say. There might be bugs or improvements that I add based on feedback. But in terms of content, this is it. Mainly because, well, hopefully, if I don't expand my scope, which I hope not to do if I want to release soon. But all the mechanics and features are basically done. Just love drilling, even if I don't know where I'm going. So all I need to do is content, content, content. End the story. So I did implement logs and finding logs and how you actually read those logs, but pretty much all the base building, all the drilling. It's all complete. Yeah. So we found something undiscovered. seen older versions of the build, or even played the demo a couple months ago, the drilling looked completely different. There really wasn't any drilling. You would just kind of move on this radar-like display. It was all black. And you just see blips of where things are. You just go there and you just click mine, and then after 5 seconds it would be mined. It's at the time I thought, yeah, this is the way it is. But, you know, over time it evolves and gets better. With the other undiscovered ore. Anything else that's close? Yeah. So as I said, feel free to ask any questions. No pressure though. I'm cool with just playtesting. Especially with the way this random underground map works. How it's generated. So I can set up all the random parameters and test it out once and think, oh, this is fine. But really, I'm going to test it out multiple times. Get everyone's opinion. If the map is generating badly for them, they're not getting enough ore, or they're not getting enough caves, which I've had a couple of people let me know of. Okay, let's offload that. Very nice. Now we can scan the resource. Alright. So now we've scanned the two basic resources, iron and copper. Got access to our first research item. Hub construction. Now everything is kind of centered around hub construction. You need to be able to build up your base and build other tools. Build other machines to do drill upgrades. Building power machines. It's good enough for the drill upgrades, so let's do that. Alright. So, we've got copper ore, copper. That's all we can refine right now, because that's all we know about. But yeah, so there's more different ores that you can discover. Some things aren't even ores, technically. I plan on having coal. It's a little sneak preview. More alien materials, which actually leads into the story, how the ending will pan out. Okay. I purposely made it a bit tedious to refine 2 materials at once. To incentivize the player to build more refineries. I plan on adding functionality to be able to... Sorry there. A bit of a cough. I plan on adding functionality to be able to automatically set off the refineries. So you could have a whole refinery room, and in your main base have like clicking in the hub controls where you just trigger all the refineries to just start. And they'll already be switched to the ores that you want to refine if you set it up. So as you can see, I don't have enough research points available. You get that from scanning ore and from scanning cave stuff. Sort of incentivize you to explore, continue. Whole progression is centered around you finding new ores and new caves. So, you can see I've just built the inventory. Now the inventory is... You don't hold metals on your person. You don't hold all this ore and rock just in your backpack, like most games. Not that there's anything wrong with those games. But, yeah, this is the hub inventory. We've just refined some ore, and all is there. Yeah. Pretty handy that I've split raw refined. And I got it all matching horizontally. Pretty sure with all the ores. And curios. Just to keep you curious as to what that could be. Alright, let's go back and do some drilling. Okay. Well, there's no more undiscovered ore in the vicinity. So, we can... Let's go to a cave. I can see one over there, but there must be one just off the screen. That's closer. Let's go there. Yep. Plus that one's deep in the tougher rock. As you'll notice, this lighter rock is pretty simple to get through. Once we get to the tougher rock, so it slows down a bit. We can't even get through the even darker rock, but we can luckily just slide along and get into this cave from here. Dusty pollen. Yeah, I plan on going through all the caves, either remaking them, making them better. Got a whole series of caves planned. Let's scan this thing. If my mouse will let me. Cave dandelions. Well, they're huge and they're definitely dusty. But we can harvest them for biomass. Very nice. Oh. Not enough storage in the drill. So it sends the resources that you harvest in the caves to the drill. Because as I said, you don't have a personal inventory. And it's just more stuff. Yeah, you get a lot of people requesting a like a mini map or something for the caves because they're a bit complex. This one's alright. Obviously they're all fine for me because I made them all, so you know I've explored them many times anyway, so I remember them. But yes, that's not a true reflection of an actual player's experience, because I'm not a player, really. Well, that's a bit janky. So yes, I think I will make the caves a little less complicated. There's a bit of stutter there because it auto-saves when you dock. It's kind of the only time when I felt that it was alright to start an autosave. Something you do constantly. Undock, I should say. Okay. It's already dug out that tunnel, so it's a breeze to get through. All these things, inventory size, speed, the rock toughness that you're able to get through. That's all upgradable in this terminal that we will be aiming to build. Need some more iron for that though. But we have, because we scanned that one plant, 50 research points. Not enough for anything more yet, just though. Also, this drilling little mini game, as I like to call it, you can upgrade the amount of cells you can dig out at a time. So right now, it's just one by one. A bit tedious, collecting each one. And with the copper, where the copper is 2 tiles large, that requires 2 clicks. But yes, you can upgrade this little shape. In the future, so it's easier. A little bit up there. Oh, sorry. One last bit left behind. Blips don't occur if you've got it set on K or hub mode, so if that constant blipping is annoying, you just switch to one of those modes. Alright, let's watch all this ore come through. Well, let's refine it. Okay. Meantime, just get some more copper so we have enough for any upgrades once we build the upgrade terminal. Someone's asking if you can use the keyboard and mouse, or the keyboard, for, I presume, this part of the game, drilling. But many people are asking for that. A bit conflicted. This whole game started with this idea of controlling a vehicle underground with these manual controls. But well, if people want to play differently, I don't see why I shouldn't allow that. It'll be simple to implement. I think I will. Let's get to copper. That's what we were after anyway. Yes, I'm definitely in favour of letting the player choose how to play. There's even the debug console, where you can give yourself resources and do all sorts of cheating stuff, which I'll leave for the final game. I'll just leave it there. It'll disable achievements if you want to use it, but otherwise you can do whatever you want to play the game. Effectively put yourself into creative mode by giving yourself all the resources. 500 of each. Build up whatever base you want. Okay, just not even on copper. It's better copper. There's surely some here. The ore tends to spawn in clusters. It was a bit in the tougher rock, but there's some over here. So I'm gonna go for the easier stuff. Okay, right on the edge to be able to mine it. That's it. But yes, I think I'll... not sure if I'll add it as setting. You can switch between using WASD for the drill controls, or using this, or just allow the keys to be used. Kind of want to obvious that there is a choice there between the two modes. Hope you don't mind those small periods of silence. It's when I mute the mic and have some breakfast, because it's very early here in Australia and I just woke up. Set my alarm for 15 minutes before this live stream. It still wasn't enough. Right, I reckon. No, we're going to do some drill upgrading. Gotta focus. Alright. So other upgrades will actually unlock upgrade types. But for now we've got the movement speed, storage, the drill mining minigame, how many cells you can mine out at a time. Probably put the shape there, so you can actually see what shape you'll get. Always improvements. And strength. To be able to dig through the rock quicker. And to be able to... the maximum rock toughness that you can get through will increase. Let's do that. Always like doing that one first. Just to make sure we can get to those, to all the ore. And storage is another one that I really like to do. 15 iron. Same cost. That was 15. Some things require copper. Yeah, iron's really the base material needed for many, many things. Most of the base building uses iron. You can find it everywhere. Alright, so we've upgraded our maximum. So we're gonna get through that way quicker now. It's copper already. So quick. Actually, I need some iron. It's not there. Yeah, it's alright. Also, there is the option to have. Gotta get up to be able to go to the settings. Drill shake. That's on by default. Some people find that it's a bit nauseating though. The drill shakes as you move. So yes. You can turn that on and off. Got it off for the live stream. Just for the viewers. But yes, if you feel like it, if you like the immersion, you don't get nauseous, then yeah, just keep the option on. Otherwise you can turn it off. Beautiful. A little bit more. Anyone who's joined since I've started, welcome. Feel free to ask any questions. I am watching the chat right here. No pressure though. Cool, just playing the game. Not that I haven't played the game a billion times before, but do what I need to do. Obviously the sense of discovery is not there because I created everything, being the solo developer of this game. I'm gonna say the drilling's very satisfying. I don't get sick of that. And then upgrading your drilling. Getting through the rock like butter. So, we need to do some refining. Just get another dose. Let's focus on the iron, please. Need a lot of it. Be sure to let me know if music's too loud, I'm too quiet. Really not sure how the balance is at the moment. So let me know if you can't hear me, but you wouldn't be able to hear that. Should have all set up properly, so should be alright. Done some test live streams. Plus it's the second one, so should be a breeze by now. A bit more iron. I'm going to venture into the tougher rock that we weren't able to before. Just slightly. Might actually go to that cave. I'm a tad quiet, aren't I? My mic closer. I do tend to be a bit of a quiet person. I try to vocalize my voice a bit more. But maybe I think I'll chuck the music down just a little bit. Oops, I missed. Alright, settings. Give you a glimpse at all the different settings. It's all kind of basic. How long have I been working on this? More than a year, definitely. I believe it was maybe April. I recall being around Easter last year that I started working on it. When I say started working on it, I mean abandoning whatever project I had before and starting a new one. Just that this one has stuck. I've had several other Unity projects beforehand. That's good. Gives you experience. The more you do, the more you feel comfortable doing. The more you learn. It's definitely not a good idea to... Well, it's different for everyone. At least for me, it wouldn't be a good idea to just jump into a massive game. Not that this is a massive game, but a large game like this. As my first Unity project, learning Unity as I go. So I'm glad I did all those throwaway projects. Oh look, great storage. How much iron do we have? Yeah, nothing. Let's get some more. I don't know if there's any other game developers here, but the ideas always come in faster than the actual games do. And I've had many ideas since working on this game, but it's just about persistence. Keeping on this one, just looking forward to the next one. And I think I do have a concrete idea of what my next game will be. Which I won't go into, because it may completely change. But yes, I'm definitely keen to finish this one. Won't rush it, but I've got a set release window of about September. Maybe October if I need to. But yes, I'm keen to work on the next one. Which actually will be a completely different game. In terms of games that I play all sorts. Really anything single player. This one's obviously inspired by games like Subnautica, Planet Crafter, Iron Lung for the actual way you control the game. Sprinkles of Factorio Satisfactory. We've got conveyor belts. Yes, I also play games like Resident Evil, survival horror games like that. Currently playing through System Shock, the remake. It's pretty fun. Doom Eternal. space for one more, so I'll just head back. Oh, I said we were going to go to that cave, but we didn't, so we'll go there now. So yes, I'm interested in all sorts of games. Which also leads into wanting to make all sorts of types of games. Let's chuck open the light. It's in here. It's a bit empty. It's a bit pointless, that little area. We've done that in a lot of the caves that you'll see in the demo version. But when I go through the caves, I think I'll make them a lot more tighter, a lot more interesting. Each cave will have some sort of theme element. You walk into a cave and you discover something interesting. Each cave will be different. Yeah. Not off my bass. The cave continues on, but I'm not going to bother going over there. See, this cave is way too big. I think I won't have multiple chambers. Or at least multiple huge chambers in the final caves. Just either one chamber or a passage that leads to two small chambers. Basically, if there's a cave that the player could get lost in, I don't really want it to be included. So some of the existing ones I'll break up to multiple caves. Also, I feel like smaller caves I'll be able to make more interesting with the amount of time and resources that I have. Not solo dev, working part-time. I've got a full-time job. So yeah. I'll be spending the next 5 years in this game. I'm gonna make sacrifices. Such as the 3D assets. I think they're fine. But they're all just purchased. They'll probably recognize the Cinti style. Just purchased from bundles. They serve their purpose. Serve the purpose in being used in the game, but also saving me a whole nother year of development. Or spending money that I don't have on a 3D artist. Well, we just got a bunch of iron. Let's refine it. Let's also get another. So if you played it, you may notice that when you destroy things, you get full refund. None of this business of only getting half refund or getting no refund when you want to just move things around. Yeah, 2 refineries at once. Which is going to cause a bit of a problem with power. So I haven't talked about the power yet. I think 5 power per second is the initial production. I like to think that initially the hub is just powered by the drill. Drill, I'd like to say, has some sort of nuclear generator that just runs indefinitely. You don't have to power it. But that small amount of power can't really keep these 2 refineries going. 100% efficiency. I'll watch one of them. There we go. Not enough power. Well, now there is. Yes, I definitely avoided the Cinti character model, so this really catches your eye. I mean, there's really no characters in this anyway, so let's get some power stuff. Now that we have to worry about that. Right. Yeah, like the refinery's an amalgamation of bits from the Cinti space pack. I think his main thing is like a MRI machine that's been turned on its head. Alright, so we've got a bunch of stuff. We can do a bit of base building. Well, we haven't unlocked decoration stuff yet. Let's just get the power terminal. So each terminal requires just a little bit of power. So refineries aren't running, their buffers, little power buffers, are full. So just 1 power per second just to power the screens. But once we get resources, we can see that graph in action. Alright. More iron. Blip may be a bit too slow, or doesn't occur enough. Sometimes left wondering, left waiting for it to see where there's resources around you after finding the current one. Fit a little bit more. Sure there was more. Yep, right there. I super look forward to the sprint to the finish line for this. Now that all the mechanics are done, Steam Next Fest basically done now. Demo build. Keep a separate branch for the demo, just in case there's any bugs that have been missed or tiny improvements. But otherwise, I'll be smashing through content. Caves, story, stuff, an ending. More things to scan. More things to build. Got this whole decorational item idea where you build like a 3D printer and you can print out little knickknacks that you can then just place on surfaces, and then you can unlock knickknacks, find them at Durex maybe. There'll be ones that are... can't afford that. Ones that are, I don't know, little figurines of things you find in caves, and also being able to put those things, putting the knickknacks inside the drill so to personalise it. There we go. Power system is immediately struggling. Still want to tweak the power system. Maybe make the refineries go for longer, cost more power. So at the moment, a little bit of slowdown. Like a tiniest bit. Machines will just pause it until they have enough power. I really want power to be something you gotta worry about. So we can add power batteries, increase our storage capacity. This initial storage of 20. There we go, biofuel generator. Using that biofuel that we've been harvesting. Some extra production. So let's get some copper so we can afford that. And those refineries will just keep on going as we jump in the drill. Welcome to anyone that has joined recently. No, however, who I've not welcomed yet. drop any questions or even chatter in the chat. Only one. This must have been one that we've already been to. With one little bit being left behind. Alright, I'm gonna go in there or just burst through this other lighter chamber. There's two caves here. Lumen globe again. Very nice. Sure, we'll need some more biomass. So we build our generator, and you can chuck all the biomass in it. Up. Oh, actually, this cave has something different. Back here? No, that's a different one. Some cave elements, like this corner piece, that are in more than one cave. Won't be doing that for the final game. Each cave will be unique. I like to think that this is the indefinite nuclear little engine that runs this bad boy. I don't want everything explained away in the game. Your own conclusions. I like that sort of idea. That sort of storytelling. Not in all games, but it suits discovery type games. There's a bit more over here. Let's see what this cave is. If it's one that I'm thinking of. This. It's another lumen globe. See, in the final game, I don't want this. I don't want you entering a cave being like, oh, this is basically the same as that previous cave. More of these plant orbs. And in the demo there are more varied. There's lots of other types of caves to find. I like this big chamber. Now you can't actually... I've got collision boxes everywhere in this chamber, which is a bit of an ordeal to set up. There's no death. This is not a survival game. This is a just do what you want game. So there's no falling to your death. And I certainly don't want players to get stuck down there. So big old collision box. Oh, we haven't seen these before. Pocket plant. Very nice. Ooh, this one's floating. Won't harvest any biomass because I want storage for copper. But yes, there's lots of biomass to be harvested here. Should I need it? This way. See, I do get a little bit lost. Not lost, just forget the direction. Even if I do say I made the caves and remember them all. Vaguely do. There's only room for one. Anyway. Well, let's continue rotating that way. One concern I keep noticing is that the drill sprite here is very... It's blue on this sort of dark grey background, doesn't stand out very well. I keep changing the colour of it, it's never quite right. So yeah, not sure how that will go by the final release, but probably something I'll look at again. Even having like some 3D graphical effects. I don't know. Don't want to get too distracted from the final release. But yes, the small things matter too. Maybe wondering, why is this empty cave over here? That's just so you can plant your own plants. There's just a little basic farming system. Oh, kind of farming, you just planting cave plants that you find. You then harvest them. So you can put them all through on all the flat areas. Over there, up here, down there. Decorate it. You can, as I said, harvest the plants. They'll just regrow back. Alright, we surely... No, we didn't scan enough. Gotta balance this research points. Anyway. Game Dev sees another thing he can improve in his game. To actually be able to finish a game, you gotta rein that in. There's always something to improve, but sometimes you just gotta leave it. Assuming you actually want to release the game within a nice amount of time. Remember, I didn't actually want to be spending a year and a half on this game, but the scope was quite small at first. But I've let it get bigger. For the sake of the game. And plus, my original idea for it wasn't very fun. I don't think. We'll get both of these going. What does that say? I have 40 iron. I never put my inventory terminal back down. Should be able to put that through that. Let's do it temporarily. Just as a test, I'll put that through that. Always more. Yeah, quite a bit of iron. Good. So I should be able to afford biofuel generator. So these are just finished, so that's not really required anymore. Oh no, that was waiting for power. Well, chuck the biomass in. Production has gone up. Our biomass sludge has gone up. Super quick. This output's very up to 10 power per second. Beautiful. So more refineries you want to have running at a time, plus other machines. The more power you need, the more generators, preferably the more power batteries that you'll need to be able to store enough power for any spikes. We had quite a bit of resources. We can upgrade our mining. And this uses a bit of power. All these machines have little power buffers where they slowly bring in power. And you can't run the machine unless the power buffer has enough power. So unless it has 30. Kind of have to see how big the power buffer is. I don't think that's entirely necessary. Most of the machines, that would be 30 power. 30 power to that one too. So it's got to be at 100% to be able to run the machine. So I did it this way, as opposed to just taking 30 power straight up in one go, because you may not even have the capacity to store that much power. So it slowly trickles in to fill up a little internal power buffer. So now we can test our mining. Oh, it's 8 o'clock in the morning now. The Steam Next Fest official live stream is now done. Or the event, at least. I'm going to keep playing though. Stay active. Thanks to all those that continue along with me. Still feel free to ask any questions. As you can see... Oh, it's taking me away. I was going to play with that. I can now mine 2 cells at a time. Very nice. Makes doing the copper less tedious. And yes, you can rotate with R now, because to match the shape. And yeah, this is useful for the iron as well, if there's any iron chunks that are next to each other. And as you could probably guess, you can continue upgrading the mining level to get bigger and bigger sort of drill bit sizes. So you can eventually just mine out almost the entire thing effortlessly. If we wanted to, we could actually look for other ore. There's other undiscovered ore on this map. Blip. Now, of course, here these are all spread out. Nice. Also being a nice little mini game here, it just provides another level of engagement. As opposed to the way I had it before, where you just... Oh look, there is. Undiscovered ore, 59 meters that way. Let's see if we can get to it. Where you just rock up to the ore and then you pull down the lever, and then you're literally just left waiting 5 seconds for the drill to drill the ore on its own. Very unengaging. Now, this is going to be a slog to get through, because that's alright. We'll actually bust through into this easier rock. There's a really dark brown rock. You can see it over here on the left. That would actually never be penetratable through, and nothing spawns in that. And that's because that rock is what surrounds the map. As you head away from the drill, from the hub, the center of the map, the rock gets tougher and tougher until it gets to a toughness that you're unable to... Ooh, something new. Until you're unable to drill through it. But obviously the 2-cell mining shape there is very handy for that. Whatever it is. I know what it is, but... Spoilers. Alright, now we can actually use... Gone far enough that the hub thing would be handy. But I will just follow the tunnel. So you keep catching bits of rock on the side. It's just making the tunnel wider. Easier to get through later. I plan on having a autopilot return home drill tool. Haven't actually got any drill tools just yet. Ah, well, a lie. The scanner is one drill tool that you initially have, but you can unlock more. I'm not going to mine the hub home base, but you're able to unlock more drill tools by finding wrecks in caves. Both drill wrecks and shipwrecks, all sorts. And you find technology capsules as I've done, to find all sorts of different tools. None of them are entirely necessary for completing the game. There's more ways to play. More conveniences, more options. Haven't upgraded our speed. That would be nice. So yes, we have brought in this new ore. Let's scan it. Titanium. Very nice. Now, I do think I could easily just get rid of the resource scanner. When you see ore, you know what it is. But I really wanted that small sense of discovery. You find something, you bring it back, you're like, what is this? Plus, scanning resources is now unlocked hub construction too, because titanium is required for the things that you build within this. Let's do decoration though. Play around with the base building. These aren't quite loud, as someone's pointed out. So yeah, I think I'll turn those volume of these down. So yeah, little power graphs going all over the place. They do have a quick fall off. The sound graph for the distance that you're away from them. So you can seclude them in their own little refinery room. Alright, now this whole other category. Let's go these categories, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 being the removal tool, so that's not really a category. Hints of a fourth category there with some sort of plant symbol. Now remember I talked about planting before. All that is in there. I love this. You can like have a desk on the floor or mount it to the wall. And there's several other things, mostly the terminals. Bring that back up. Power terminal. Looks like I can afford to put one there, put one on the wall, put one on the desk. Very nice. Let's not do that though. I think I'll just turn that a little bit up and then just the global volume down a bit. We're a bit too late. Stream's almost finished anyway. But yeah. Got a whole bunch of basic aesthetic furniture items. I'll make it so you can sit on these, I reckon. Seems to be what people always want to do. Sit down. See a chair. Oh, why can't I sit down on it? Some basic plants from Earth. Although they're not watered or anything, so they're probably just fake. And they grow instantly, so who knows? Another thing that's not explained, but you can just think of it yourself. Well, my next task. Oh yes, I can upgrade the. So I've got level 2 on everything now. So my drill will now be quicker mainly in areas that I've already dug out. Oh, so speedy. And you can actually see up there how fast you're going. Nice little compass that I'm proud of. 5 iron ore here. What we'll do actually before I end the stream. $108 meters away. Oof. Well, let's at least go through tunnels that we've already dug. Don't know if in the final game I'll have this wreck scanner, at least available straight up. I like the idea of just coming across a wreck. Looks like it's just this one. But also I don't want the players to miss out on the wrecks either. Ah, we'll see. All right. Ooh. I can scan all these things, but sugar fruit. Ah, yes, this is what another biomass plant. Some plants, like these, thorny tendrils, can't get the biomass from. I like to think because it's just not harvestable. What's this? Drill tech capsule drone drilling. I'll explore that in a sec. But yeah, there's some sort of crash right through the rock here. Bits of stuff everywhere. There'll be a bit of background explanation on why there's so many wrecks. Why so many people go missing in this place. I'm sure the player will be fine, they'll never go missing. We'll just have to see. So yes, every time we jump in, there's a bit of a stutter. I want to improve that a bit. Go to autosaves. Top one being the most latest. Yes, I think, yeah, 10 autosaves. Or is it 9? No, it's 9. 9 autosaves, and then it, like, cycles through them. Obviously, you can do manual saves. Let's head back. We do have space, we've upgraded our storage. Let's go up there. We'll head back and then I'll probably end it there. Gotta work on my the 11th devlog, which I've been putting off for quite a while because I've been busy with Steam Next Fest. Yes, I haven't done a devlog on the power system and the farming system. Yes, that'll be out in a day or so. I'll chew through that like butter. Right. Dock. Offload. If you really want, you can actually just turn everything off. Got some, like to call little emergency lights around, but that doesn't really serve any functional purpose. Other than, it will actually stop all machines from being able to consume power. Consumption just dropped to 0. So you could actually save power doing that, but nah. Don't think it's worth it. Yes, we didn't refine that titanium. Very pretty. Oh wow. Refinery sounds are not tied to... Okay. Yes. It's very easy in Unity to miss sound that you set up that aren't tied to any sound system. They're supposed to be quietened. Oh well. As I said, there's always more to look at, to improve, to fix. Ah, look at this. Drones. So we didn't actually look at the drill tool that we just unlocked, but it involved drones. A lot of the tools do. So I should get it. So, start off with one drone. Let's get the second. Start off a bit. These audio sliders are not linear. Another thing I've noted down. Alright, let's play with drone drilling. We've got 2 drones now. So, yeah, when you get more drones, you can unlock more patterns. Cone using 3 drones, cone using 5 drones. Circle, which will just use all your drones. You have to have at least 4. But, yeah. Drone that way. Drone that way. Boom. They'll just head off for a set distance and then come back. Or if they hit something that they cannot get through. Now they have the same drill toughness ranking that the main drill has. So they cannot cut through rock that you cannot cut through. Well, handy. Whether for exploration or just once you get more and more drones. It's pretty handy. Plus there's a whole other tab here. Of other things involving drones. Other things you can do with them. Let's get our drones to help. Although it would have been just as quick to plow through. Sometimes it's nice, just let the drones do the work. Or let them go that way while I go this way. Like some stuff. Let's get off the scan. And then I can actually click this little button here. And it'll come back to me. Right, I'm gonna head back and yeah, I'll end the stream there. Thanks to all those that have stuck around. No pressure though. No, with these Steam broadcasts, it's more of a just people come and go. People see the broadcast on hopefully the next fest main page. Like, oh, this is an interesting game, and then they can try it out. Otherwise, they may not see the game if they don't find it in the lists. Plus the broadcasts are just always available on the Steam GeoDepths store page. So yeah, thanks everyone for joining. And feel free to wishlist the full game if you haven't already. That really helps with when I finally launch, to get the game out there, get more people seeing the game. And yeah, feel free to join the Discord if you found any bugs, have any feedback. Yeah. See you all next time.